A special thank you to each of our subscribers who make this channel possible. Here's today's story. In a significant departure from established norms, President-elect Donald J. Trump is shrouding his transition funding in secrecy, raising eyebrows among ethics experts and political analysts alike. As he prepares to embark on his second term, Trump has opted not to disclose the identities of the donors who are financing his transition team. This decision marks a stark contrast to previous presidential transitions, where transparency regarding funding sources has been a standard practice. The implications of this lack of disclosure could have far-reaching effects on the integrity of the incoming administration. Traditionally, presidential transition teams have adhered to a set of guidelines that promote transparency and limit the influence of special interest groups. In exchange for federal funds, which can amount to as much as $7.2 million, incoming administrations are expected to sign agreements that impose strict limits on fundraising activities. However, Trump has thus far declined to enter into such an agreement with the Biden administration, allowing him to raise unlimited amounts of money from undisclosed sources. This unprecedented move has raised alarms among ethics experts, who argue that such a lack of transparency could lead to potential conflicts of interest. When the money isn't disclosed, it's not clear how much everybody is giving, who is giving it, and what they are getting in return for their donations, said Heath Brown, a public policy professor at John Jay College of Criminal Justice. He emphasized that the vast majority of Americans would likely agree on the importance of knowing who is financing the transition. The potential for undisclosed foreign donations adds another layer of concern. Unlike campaign contributions, there are currently no restrictions on foreign nationals donating to presidential transitions. This opens the door for foreign influence in the incoming administration, a prospect that has many political observers anxious. Trump's transition team, which is being led by Linda McMahon and Howard Lutnick, both nominated for cabinet positions, has stated that they intend to sign the necessary agreements with the Biden administration. However, the timeline for these agreements remains uncertain, and the transition team has already missed several deadlines. Critics argue that this delay undermines the fundamental purpose of the Presidential Transition Act, which is designed to facilitate a smooth transfer of power and ensure the new administration is prepared to address pressing national issues from day one. Senator Elizabeth Warren has been vocal in her criticism of Trump's approach, stating in a recent letter to the Biden administration that the president-elect's actions are detrimental to the administration's ability to manage urgent national security threats and other critical issues. In effect, President-elect Trump is undermining his administration's ability to manage urgent national security threats, health and safety threats, and serious conflicts of interest starting on day one of his presidency, she wrote. The lack of a signed agreement with the General Services Administration, GSA, also poses challenges for the transition process. The GSA is responsible for overseeing the transition, and by not signing the agreement, Trump is circumventing the established protocols that have governed previous transitions. This raises questions about the overall preparedness of the incoming administration and its ability to effectively address the challenges it will face. As Trump builds his cabinet and prepares to take office, the implications of his secretive funding strategy will likely continue to be a focal point of discussion among lawmakers, political analysts, and the public. The potential for undisclosed influence and conflicts of interest could shape the narrative of his presidency before it even begins. In conclusion, President-elect Trump's decision to keep his transition funding sources a secret is raising significant ethical concerns and could have lasting implications for his administration. As he prepares to take office, the call for transparency and accountability in the political process remains more critical than ever. The unfolding situation will be closely monitored by both supporters and opponents of the incoming administration, as they seek to understand the potential ramifications of this controversial approach to transition funding. That's all for this story. We upload videos every day covering many different subjects, so hit that subscribe button to stay informed. Thanks for watching.